Okay, we're going to try this today for our Taste Test Tuesday. So this will be out on Tuesday. It's not Tuesday right now. I'll just give you that. It's nice and chilled. You see the on the thing? It's got the thing. But anyway, this is 0 carb, 0 calorie. Now a lot of these places are doing things different than they did before. Like Arrowhead, known for like the regular spring water. Arrowhead, California, I guess. It's sparkling water since 1896 or 94, whatever, right there. But this is 0 carb, 0 calorie, and it is made with lime and prickly pear, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. So it's all natural. So that's good. But a lot of these companies are doing things where maybe they have a canned coffee, and instead of just having a regular canned coffee, one of them begins the letter V, and I filmed some of those back that way if you go back that way. But they'll make some with Snickers bar. Now I wouldn't have that because it's too high in carbs and calories or everything for me. But they're doing like these cross promotions, like this cereal is now going to be. I did one of that on the Frosted Flakes. There was I don't think it did very well because it was at grocery outlet. It was very inexpensive, but it was a chocolate drink with Frosted Flakes in it, I guess. And it was a low carb or 0 carb, I can't remember. And they're pretty good and pretty filling. Now, this is just for hydration, to drink something besides just water. I think that's probably what this is for, to try to tap into that, tap in the water. But if you're only making waters, it might be tough to compete with things, like the some of the sparkling ice and some of the other ones like that. The bubbly or bubbly, whatever it is, they all have a flavored water, so maybe they're trying to get into that as well. This is the only flavor I saw. Now, the lady who was working at the grocery outlet, she was unboxing them, and a lot of the boxes had tape on them or plastic wrap. So instead of being a case of like 32 that they were putting out on the shelves, these are all being sold as a one. I never did get the price of these. It was grocery outlet. I figured they're probably about 99 cents, maybe $1.29, up to maybe $1.99. I got one for me, one for my mom. Yeah, it was weird because they weren't solid cases of like 32 or 36, whatever it might be. They're in lines, so it could be lines of 12, whatever. She said, yeah, whenever you see that, that means they were pulled out of a store. Now, there could be a closeout where all the cases are closed, and those would come from a warehouse. They wouldn't have open cases there. But if they do have open cases, that means either they got all the closed cases from the warehouse and they got open cases as well from the store, or she said we didn't get very much. And she said that she knows the lady that does the ordering for the other location that's closed. They're not from the same owners. I guess they're all independently. They always said all of our stores are independently owned and operated. Well, that's true until they have to take one back from somebody that does a bad job, and then the corporate runs it for a while they find a buyer. So that's kind of a disclaimer they don't really put out there. There are sometimes that they did with Subway, when I managed Subways, Wiener Schnitzels or whatever, they'll take one back because the person didn't do a good job, or the person couldn't afford to keep it open. Maybe it wasn't like as good of a location they thought it was going to be, and they end up taking it back, and the corporation will run it for a while. Then they'll train somebody. A buyer will come forward and they'll buy it, and then they'll train them on how to operate that location. So, so she said that she talked to the other lady the one over, and she got a very small quantity. She got like 3 full cases and 2 open cases. So that's probably right off the floor as well. So it wasn't a recall or anything like that. I guess Arrowhead is just, maybe they're paid some of the, like if this was at Vaughn's or Albertsons or Whole Foods or something like that. Maybe they say, hey guys, this is not working. What we'll do is we'll buy them. We'll buy them back from you, and then they sold them at a deep discount. That's how it used to work at Big Lots, which used to be pick and save. These would go pick in save, so you can pick and you're gonna save on whatever you buy. And they said they're coming back. Pick and Save is going to come back, and Big Lots is now coming back. We don't have any in California, or we don't have any near me in California. They're bringing back Bed Bath and Body and Beyond, it's called, I guess now, with that Marcus Lemonis, whatever his name is. But they're not going to bring it in California because California is not friendly to business. And I guess they said the taxes and the rules and the regulations we have here in California. It's just not feasible to bring back Bed Bath & Beyond. Were you a big fan of that? People like the coupon and all that. So let's go ahead and open this. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. I don't know if I've ever eaten or drinking, and I've ever drank or ate anything with prickly pear. As diabetics, they say cactus is a pretty good thing to eat. Not only does it not raise your blood sugar and not cause you to spike or have problems with carbs, it also does something to bring down the carbs. So that's always good. I mean, I don't know all the stuff about that. Excuse me. Like, it's not Tuesday, but it is late at night. And we're not really. It's 11 o'clock, and but I've been up all day and going since 7 this morning. So, as an old timer, it's time to hit the hay. But yeah. So I don't know how that works with the cactus. They're saying that there's a lot of people that were Native American or Mexicans, with Mexican from Mexico. They're not necessarily from here, but they would have a diet that where their blood sugar should be really high, a lot of beans and breads and that kind of thing, but they don't experience that. They said they thought it was due to the cactus. I think they eat those the big petals and they scrape off the thing and they cook it. They also those prickly pears, which is what this is flavored as. So straight from the west, it says a sparkling mountain spring water. Now I don't know if you can see all this. It's going to be backwards. Like I said, take your head off and turn it around. But you may not be able to see all that. I can't really see all this, kind of dark in here. But I'm not really sure exactly what it's sweetened with. It may not be sweetened with anything. It might just be that the lime and the prickly pear might be sweet. Let's try it. Good. If someone told me that this was strawberry or some kind of berry, dark cherry even, a light dark cherry or a light strawberry drink, I probably believe them. But I don't really have much to compare to with the prickly pear. It's good. Prickly pear doesn't taste like pear, like Bartlett pear or any of those. Here in David's up in Oregon has a lot of pears. Good. It gives you a little burp, so we know it's sparkling. Color-wise, it's just clear. It looks like it's clear. So I have nothing to compare this to. Do you have drinks like this with prickly pear, lime, and prickly pear? Usually lime is paired with lemon lime. I did have a black cherry lime one time. It was really good. And then I had a lemon lime grapefruit. And I can't remember who made that one. It wasn't LaCroix. It might have been a store brand. A lot of the stuff I'll try will be on set because craft services they'll go to markets I don't normally go to, or a lot of them go to Smart and Final. They go to Costco, and they just buy. They might say, "Okay, I got 3 movies I'm working on this next 2 weeks," and then we got a pallet of water bottles. 10 feet high by whatever, and it's enough water bottles, and then they bring them out as they need them. If they need to buy anything else during the week, they do. They buy big bags of candy, like the M&Ms. Instead of being a little pack like this, they're in like this, big bags of seals. They'll get boxes of cereal and milk and all kinds of different milk. They'll get like almond milk and coconut milk and this and that, and all the coffee and all the stuff that they're required to do. So a lot of that's where I'll experience something. A lot of the tea that I know about, the hot tea is from there as well. It'd be like a cold night, and I've had so much coffee. Maybe I'll try a tea, and they'll have a bunch of different boxes of different kinds of teas. And I know like Earl Grey, and maybe some kind of a lemon tea, and a green tea, and sleepy time tea, and throat coat tea. If you have a sore throat, but I don't know all that. I do know this. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know. Have you ever tried anything with prickly pear? Not necessarily this beverage, but have you tried a beverage or a meal or a snack or something? I know there's like some kind of a cactus that they'll have a lollipop, but it's cactus on top, a piece of cactus, and it's like a sugared cactus or whatever. Maybe like an air, like one of those where you make the dried fruit. It could be like that with the air fryer, or not the air fryer, but when they do make like beef jerky and fruit roll up and fruit leather and all that. And then I've seen that where they had cactus. But anyway, have a great Tuesday. and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.